Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Lava Center. It's our grand opening tonight. Thank you. As you may know, LAVA stands for Local Access to Valley Arts. We are actually an older nonprofit that is newly established in Massachusetts, and this is our space. We're here to do performing arts, small performances, workshops, classes, art displays, music, anything you can think of that is artsy and local and community-based. And on that note, if you have any ideas for things, please come and talk to either me or Lucinda and Doug, who is representing Jan Mayer tonight. And so this is the first event of events going on all weekend. Tomorrow afternoon we have some kid-friendly events, and then we have an open mic salon in the late afternoon, and then Silverthorne Theater will have a fashion show at 7. Sunday, Music of Franklin is going to perform at 4, and then at 5 there's going to be a community potluck, continuing the discussion of what kind of things you would like to see in the space, and there's going to be a live traditional Irish session as part of that. Jan Mayer, I'm Vanessa Query, by the way. I'm the manager of the space, and my co-coordinators are Lucinda Kidder and Jan Mayer. Mr. Jan Mayer is right here. And yesterday, Jan Mayer appointed Kurt Vonnegut to be our patron saint. So I am fully in support of that. So I'm going to read a quote of his as sort of a kickoff opening ceremony for our event. Go into the arts. I'm not kidding. The arts are not a way to make a living. They are a very human way of making life more bearable. Practicing an art, no matter how well or badly, is a way to make your soul grow, for heaven's sake. Sing in the shower, dance to the radio, tell stories, write a poem to a friend, even a lousy poem. Do it as well as you possibly can. You will get an enormous reward. You will have created something. And with that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jan Mayer, Doug Selwyn.
How can you be two people at once when you're really nowhere at all? Sorry, it was the 60s. I couldn't understand. So these are words from Jan, who is unfortunately ill and didn't want to bring her germs with her to all of you. She wants to share the arts, but not the germs. But she did write some things, so I'm going to read it. Words from Jan about how we came to be her as partners in a new community arts center. I would say we felt welcomed here since day one, but it has actually been well before day one. We arrived to our forever home in Greenfield a little over 3 years ago, but even before that, we began to feel the embrace of the community. In 2015, once we knew we were headed here, I Googled to find out what was going on in the writing community in this area, and came upon Paul Richmond and his Third Tuesday reading sponsored by Human Error Publishing. I was on Paul's mailing list, being welcomed month after month for over a year before I actually was in town and able to participate in Third Tuesdays and in the Word Festival, which was held at Hobson Reed that year. As soon as we actually arrived, we met Linda McInerney. Linda is an enabler in the best sense of the word and shared her expertise and knowledge of resources and opportunities as we began, in conjunction with Greening Greenfield, to explore theater projects and education, an area we've, Doug and I, both worked in and wanted to do more in our retirement. She's one of 3 yes and people who set the stage for our bringing our nonprofit 501c3 corporation to Massachusetts from Washington State, where we first founded it in 1990, which was a long time ago. Yes and, for those of you who don't know, is an improv theater structure in which people engage in dialogue that is increasingly enthusiastic, visionary, and bursting with possibilities. The other yes and players are our key colleagues in this new venture, Lucinda Kidder and Vanessa Query. Vanessa brings vision and expertise to the actual management of Community Arts Center. Lucinda has spent years building the Silverthorne Theater Company, and as soon as we met, we began talking about possible collaborations. Thus it was that on a day last spring, Lucinda approached me, Jan, to say she'd found a wonderful space in downtown Greenfield that would make a great art center. Was I interested? Her next step was to form a 501c3. Wait, I said, we already got one. Soon, she and I were meeting with Vanessa, yes, and in full force. Long story short, Jan's a writer, there's no short to long story. Long story short, just a few months later, here you are at the opening of the Lava Center, where we hope and intend to fit into the burgeoning arts scene in downtown Greenfield by providing a number of services and programs not in competition with the literally dozens of artists and organizations already established or becoming established on the Main Street corridor, but to complement and extend the opportunities. Please come back often to see what we're up to and to be part of it. Lucinda can tell you more about what's coming up this weekend and in the months of February and March. Check with her and/or Vanessa if you've got something you'd like to see or do here, if you'd like to volunteer to help out, or if you'd just like to be on our mailing list to be the first to hear our news. Thanks for helping us celebrate our opening.
Since this is an opening ceremony, you always have to listen to speeches. You just know that. So I'm going to keep mine as brief as possible, but we would be remiss if we did not thank the many, many people who helped make this possible. We have a fantastically wonderful person who I believe requests to remain anonymous, but who has made it very possible financially for us to take over this space. We also thank Mark Abramson, who is actually in our audience tonight. Mark suffered through me dragging people through this space, trying to drum up the enthusiasm to help share my vision of what this place could be. I've been hoping to have something like this for a long, long time. I started Silverthorne in 2014, and ever since that time, the Franklin County has just seemed like the natural home and the best, most enthusiastic, and most friendly place for the arts that I've been in a long time, and I have been around a while, as you might guess. So I really thoroughly appreciate. We also want to say a word that our landlord has been a very generous person. He's given us a pretty good deal on this, and we want to make sure that we make a go of it and make it even bigger and better. Incubators are for starting things, but they're also for growing things. So one of the things that we'll be looking forward to is working with all of you and with the community to make this an even better space and to perhaps expand into other areas in the building, but at least to make this, again, a very vital part of the Greenfield Cultural District, cultural community. And Greenfield has paid us back in spades. We've been very, very happy to be here. So thank you to all. I should say a couple of words. We had a lot of donations too. I mean, all of this stuff just didn't arrive all of it on its own. All of this nice homey furniture, much of it was donated by my sister, who was moving into a smaller house, by Bill Baker, who had a desk and file cabinet in his warehouse and just didn't want it anymore, and Wilson's department store. You're sitting in Wilson's chairs. Now, I have to say they didn't donate them, but they gave us a really good deal on it, and we were very, very grateful because that really showed their community spirit. So thank you again for coming, and enjoy the Farley Spring Band? Spring Also, tomorrow we have some wonderful performers. We have Vanessa, cue me here.
To reiterate, kids events in the afternoon starting at
Right.
12:30, and then art reception for Lindy. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot. her before.
Lindy's
Our
beautiful
show is-
photographs.
yeah. And that's
They're
from 3 to
awesome.
5, and then
Mhm.
after that is the open mic salon,
Mhm.
and then the Silverthorne fashion show.
And the fashion show, you see some examples of some of the costumes behind you there, but we will have live actors doing the sachet down the runway, 7:30 tomorrow night. And we will have a salon where you can come and read your own stuff. Bring whatever you really feel inspired to do. Sing it, dance it, read it, do a modern interpretation of whatever, but come. Thank you very much.
And also, there are 5 more chairs over here for folks who want to squeeze in over here.
Okay, let's just start. Okay, Angela, 4 times. Okay.